Welcome back, everyone, to the Drift Crisis.
What do you mean?
What?
What's wrong with the drift?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
So why'd you call it a drift crisis?
Because I know things you don't.
Oh shit.
I mean, there is a glitch in the system.
We don't know that
There
yet.
might be.
It says so right on the title page. Glitch in your system.
Oh shit. Not a
There's
glitch in
a
my
lot
system.
of glitches in my system.
You all need help. Luckily,
Yes, I do.
I'm here to provide.
My therapist said that to me last session.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't pay you as much as I pay my therapist.
We can fix that.
Actually, I'm in 2 of your games. I pay you twice as much as what I pay my therapist.
You could be in more of my campaigns.
Fuck no.
Wow.
How much money do you think I have?
Feed my job more, please.
I have limited
It's not
money.
a lucrative business.
My brother in Christ. I am not made of money.
I can fix that. I have some experimental concoctions here I'll send your way if you'd like.
What the fuck?
Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
I'm not cutting any of that out.
Oh god, this is being recorded.
Yeah, of course it is.
Oh no.
All my games are recorded, you know this.
The last 2 I played in aren't. The rest 2 I played in weren't. I forgot.
Well, okay, that's because Kingmaker was a shit show in its own right.
It would have been a funny
Recording.
recording. It would have been a really funny recording.
I think I have the very first 2 sessions of that game in a folder recorded. And after session 2, I was like, nope. But, in our last Starfinder session, our group, well, we were introduced to our group first and foremost, traveling towards Verces for an upcoming performance. Your group being the support crew, feasibly, of the pop idol Kimana, also a member of your group. As you were traveling, everything was going well. Your last performance on Triaxis was a hit, and making your way towards Verces, with only a few days left, performing what maintenance needed to be done, you came across another ship in the drift. Not an uncommon sight or experience by any stretch of the means. What was uncommon was the surging energy wave that seemingly came from nowhere, impacting this other ship and sending it careening into your own, ejecting both of your vessels from the drift itself into the vicinity of a massive solar storm. Noting that multiple parts of your ship are heavily damaged, the communications array being completely removed from your ship, the thrusters being misaligned, and the drift engine itself seemingly kaput at the moment, you decided to board this other vessel, more damaged than your own, well, maybe, radiation leaks and holes in it notwithstanding being at least obvious bits of damage. You made your way into the cargo hold, fighting a few motes of elemental energy from the drift that seemed to have traveled out of that plane of existence with this ship, finding a unstable portal to the plane of water within the crew quarters that had allowed a few small elementals through and more water than anyone could drink in a lifetime. Thankfully, you managed to shut down the portal, and in the process of repressurizing the room, you had to release the water from it to the best of your ability, and doing so caused, of course, the elementals to float out as well, each of them in their own little bubbles of water, floating out into space. You monsters. I'm so proud of you.
I hate you.
It was the idol. We had nothing else. None of us had anything to do with it.
True, while she's not here, we can blame her for everything.
Of course.
It was literally her who opened the door.
Oh, I'm aware. I know who did it.
Wasn't the
I'm
whole
just saying-
point of opening the door and getting them out not just to repressurize the chamber, but so you could open the little closet without it potentially damaging what was on the other side of it?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyways, making your way up through a corridor along the front length of the ship, you found yourself in the cockpit, the bridge of the ship itself, where there was yet another portal, this time seemingly to the void, a tear in space of pure nothingness, leaking energy that was siphoning away your very lives, as well as what looked to be the once captain of this ship, corrupted by these void energies and turned into an undead, a creature typically native to the drift itself, having both corporeal and incorporeal states, depending on where they currently are. Dispatching the captain, you all searched the computer and found their log, noting that this individual was by the name of Jordan Ban, a member of Triune's church. Their log mentioned that they and a number of other congregation members had sought out some sort of hidden code left behind by Triune, deciphering it, believing they were doing as Triune intended, before Jordan noticed something wrong with their code. His concerns ignored, he decided to head for Absalom Station to warn the galaxy that something is about to go wrong. These architects that he had been a part of might be about to destroy everything Triune itself created. You don't know exactly what this means. Something bad, obviously. Something catastrophic to the galaxy as a whole. However, you do still have more pressing matters. Your ship is still heavily damaged, unable to escape from the slowly expanding solar storm that will absolutely consume and destroy you if you cannot get your ship functional once more and get away from here. You know that this ship has a functional communications array that you could feasibly take for your own ship now if you'd like, now that you know the captain, of course, is dead. But you will still need to manage repairs on your own ship. So, I would like to ask you all, what do you want to do?
I could do a little bit to start repairing some stuff. That is what my character is built for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy to spend some time repairing parts of our ship, salvaging what I can quickly on this ship before repairing ours.
Before you get too deep into that, Thinker, could you maybe check on the body and try and determine how long he's been undead for?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that.
I believe you did a recon knowledge about this figure, or this form at the end of last session.
I believe I did.
You recognize a drift dead, a type of undead unique to the drift itself, but capable of existing in opposite planes. You also know from your scanners, Durgesh and Amara, what you two had scanned before the impact occurred, there was a single living figure on this vessel.
Yeah.
That would have very likely been this captain. So,
Okay.
Probably once the ship impacted, whenever this portal to the void that you recently closed opened, that would have been what turned this captain undead.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is because specifically because we knew there was one living life form. If he was undead before that, then there
might be more.
Still be might be someone else.
That could be the case as well. I think it would be a reasonable assumption that this figure was not undead before the crash occurred, but you don't necessarily have proof as to that fact.
Well, I better go check downstairs then. Or upstairs. Or
There are
other
still levels
stairs.
above and below the ship.
How
below the cargo
long?
hold.
How long do you think we have until the solar impact?
Good question. Enough time. Hopefully.
Can I get any closer to that? To an amount of time that we have.
Give me a blind crafting check.
Crafting.
You've done some assessment, or you've got engineering lore. I forget.
I've got engineering lore, baby.
Go with that. Because you guys have done some. You took a look at the damage that had occurred. You could probably have an idea if you can salvage parts from here how long it would take. A few hours, maybe.
Okay.
Not enough time, most likely, that you could all rest. But likely a few hours. But you wouldn't really have time to go to sleep before you're safe.
I'm fine with that.
It's hard to... Actually, you know what? Does anyone... You have life science lore, don't you? I don't care about that. Does anyone have
I have
natural
life
science
science
lore?
Nope.
No. Does anyone have
I've got business lore.
survival or nature?
I have
I have nature.
Anyone who has survival or nature can roll that blind for me. Because your rule thinker is to get an idea of how long it'll take to repair the ship, but you don't exactly know how long it'll take for the solar storm to catch up.
Gotcha. So to repair our ship, it'll take a few hours.
Yeah.
I also threw out my blind.
Yep, I see.
All right.
Thinker, looking at the speed, especially now that you're in this cockpit and can kind of see, looking at the speed that solar storm has grown, you think you've got a couple days before that approaches. So that you don't think it's as much of a risk as it looks.
Thank God.
Amara, you know that the actual visual range of a solar storm is not the range of its effect. The magnetic affectations of a solar storm like that reach far beyond the visual spectrum it occupies. You've got maybe 8 hours.
I'm guessing 8 hours to let the non-visual effects catch up with us.
We have a few days until we're in the full storm, though. So
8
repairing
hours
the ship will take a few hours, but
yeah. Let's repair the ship and then get out of here.
That's a very fair assessment.
Do we need to sweep the rest of the ship?
That would be what I'm best for.
Yeah, I can join you there.
How do we get to the?
I'll
other
head back
levels?
to our ship and start repairing as what I can.
Okay.
I'll head back and just
Mm-hmm.
as fast as I can. I'm just gonna start fixing shit. We mentioned that our communications antenna had been completely shorn off from our ship.
Correct. Your ship's communication array is just gone.
I'm gonna ask. Let's prioritize that because everything else seems to be in a salvageable state.
I am the only other person who can craft. At +3. Ouch. And untrained.
Well,
I
we need to
dedicated
go-
myself to being the crafter.
Mm-hmm.
so
Do
thinking
we need to
you're
go
gonna leave-
to?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do we need to go to a specific, like? on
The
deck
communications
plan?
antenna was on top of the ship. You know that for a fact because you could see it.
It's on the outside. Okay.
Yes, but you could feasibly access it from inside if you wished.
I can repair the things to get us out of Dodge. in time, but I'm just saying we're going to need a communications hub, a
I
communications
know.
antenna, and grab that before we leave.
It's just crafting to do it without breaking it. I bet.
Yeah. Do we have any extra UPB on the ship? I don't have any on my. I have like 5 silver. I have 5 credits worth of UPBs.
We could
Um.
check. We could check their cargo hold.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do they have?
Let's find out. We'll start searching, see what we can to help get our ship back together. We can communicate over comms.
Is the hatch
But
in the
I'm
cargo-
heading back to our ship immediately.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the
that
hatch
hatch
where
in the
we
cargo
enter-
hold goes up and down.
Up and down. Okay.
Yep. You do know, just as a reminder, that there was a radiation leak on the lower levels,
Mhm.
but you don't know what could be down there at all. So you don't know the layout of this ship, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? When you were searching the monitors earlier, the system, you could have probably gotten a general idea of the layout of the ship if you would have taken a look at those schematics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then you would know below the cargo hold, in descending order, is an arcane laboratory, a tech workshop, and a lower bay, with an elevator connecting all of them. And then heading up in ascending order is the power core, the thrusters, the drift engine, the sort of engineering bay, and then the communications tower is on the very top of the ship.
If they have a better drift engine, make sure you grab that. We're gonna need a better one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how that works?
Well, I mean, if you guys are effectively salvaging
tool.
parts here, then this will definitely make sense for you to salvage the parts you'll need to increase your ship to a level 2 ship once you reach that point. So,
We have 8 hours. Take what we can. Jericho, how dead is this ship? Is there any power left in it?
yeah, those red emergency lights are still flashing. The consoles were still operable. The ship is heavily damaged, but theoretically operable.
Can I do a scan on using the ship's sensors within the ship? Can I scan for any life signs?
Give me a computers check.
Scanning for life signs wouldn't detect undead, though, right?
Most likely not.
Okay, well, whatever. Do you want this blind?
Yes, please.
Still gonna
Scanning for life signs, it'd basically be because you're sort of scanning for vitality energy.
Yeah, I'm scanning for like breath, heartbeats, blood flowing, stuff like that. If I don't see anything alive on this ship, I'm heading back. But better for me to do my due diligence.
You do not find anything.
All right, I'm gonna grab what I can from this. What's the extent of the repairs needed for our ship?
Thrusters need to be realigned.
Thrusters need to be realigned.
You
It'll
need
take a
new
few hours.
communications relay, and you need to figure out what's up with the drift engine.
It'll take a few hours, and I have to debug a whole drift engine. Yeah, because 8 hours may not be an accurate estimate. I'll head back.
Okay.
I'll start working on that stuff.
Then for purposes of anything that goes on here, I'm going to give you control of Kimana.
Okay, hi guys, it's me, Kimana.
Oh my god.
Purely for gameplay purposes.
I will not be doing that again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank the gods.
Fred was gonna have to kill her as just some horrible undead monster. Valley Girl type. The worst.
Facehugger got her.
those of you, as you all make your way back to the cargo hold, opening the door of the living space, the cargo hold itself is, of course, still depressurized, that torn open hole in the side of the ship. A few crates and many bubbles of water at this point have floated out into open space. However, there are still a number of crates around the cargo hold area. Those three elementals, you can still see each of them swimming sort of happily, it looks like, in their spheres of water. Every now and then they'll sort of jump out of one and float softly towards another one that they land in. And they all sort of perk up and look in your direction as the door opens and the air is sucked out. And you all make your way into the cargo hold itself.
We should probably get the crates over to the ship too when we're done with it.
It's not a
The ship might be something useful in there.
I mean, you could take time and look through them now if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's
Just rip them open and look. Up to you.
And then we can shove these
We
down.
find a
the
living
table and save
person!
them.
Bump!
What was that, Amara?
Oh, we find a living person.
Up. Roll
I
initiative.
have played Starfinder Starfinder adventure paths that start with you crack open a crate and a living person pops out.
What is
wasn't-
this?
She wasn't
Firefly
exactly living.
Forget meeting in
Unless you are.
taverns. Starfinder adventures begin with you cracking open a crate with the boys.
Who's injured?
I'm only down
You?
one.
Yeah, me. Kimana is. So is Cyan and Durgash.
Yeah, Kian and Durgash both
Yeah.
have a little damage to them. 2 and 1 respectively, I believe.
Okay. I can get everyone up to full, and then while we're checking crates, I can spend that 10 minutes to refocus and get my full.
You could indeed.
And could I get the full?
Yes, when you refocus now after the latest errata, you go back up to your max.
Oh, sick.
That's how it
Yeah.
work.
Then I'll heal everyone. So.
You don't need to put anything in chat. Everyone can just heal themselves to full.
Oh yeah, I'm just putting that in there.
And I'll
Just
just
so everyone
look
can
around
hit
the
the button.
crates while they're
Sure.
healing.
And then, I will. I'll refocus during the 10 minutes, so I will not be looking at crates.
Yep, you are practicing your voice. Making
Ah.
sure everything is good to go. And the rest of you who are beginning to crack open some crates, go ahead and give me blind perception checks.
Oh, +2, let's go, baby.
I say, why do you have +2? Because my immediate assumption was that was +2 from something, not just +2 is your modifier. Hmm.
I'm not very wise.
Okay. Taking some time looking around. General survival supplies. There's some food, mainly rations. There's some supplies of water for use for the most part. No real UPBs or anything. The vast majority that's in these crates are strange objects like stone tablets, wooden discs, printed photographs of like water and, cave markings. It's very strange. It's an eclectic assortment. However, almost all of them bear a similar design somewhere in it. 3 interlocking rings. Some of them, it's really obvious, like, almost burned onto the wooden discs and carved into the tablets. Some of those photographs, things like the water, it shows up as ripples.
Oh, as a player, I think I know what that is.
Well, unfortunately,
Durgash
your one
probably
society and religion person is gone at the moment, so...
I have a society.
Hey, if anyone who would like to try and recall knowledge about these, absolutely may.
Let me rock my +0 society.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at society.
I'm hitting a thing with a hammer.
Ding, 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 ding.
This will make me think harder.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you to recognize this, Amara. These are all examples of the signal, Triune's message to the galaxy providing the secret to drift travel. A lot of these you actually notice as you're sort of looking over them have small notations or tags attached to them, all of them written in the same handwriting with strange observations, like on a little document is, but see, hidden within phrase 242 is an entire subroutine previously unnoticed. The alternative algorithm fragment begins here, but continues where? It seems like a lot of notes about things that you do not see or understand, but were apparently visible within each of these bits of memorabilia.
I don't understand them, but it's apparently their notes for the symbol. We should probably take them aboard just in case we can find someone to interpret them.
Yeah.
Rather than give us knowledge.
Or sell
Can
them.
Thinker have their comm link open with the squad, and like if there are questions Thinker can answer? Can I make like a recall knowledge at like a low with like a circumstance penalty?
You know what? Sure. This ship does have its communication tower still, so the rest of the group could feasibly link their comms to it so that you could connect to them, and you can at least talk to them. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and just apply a -1 circumstance penalty because you're not seeing it yourself.
Sick. Here is the... Oh, that's for Kamana. I'm gonna put myself back on the map so I can recall knowledge. I'm in the void of space, though. Don't worry, I'm fine.
Yeah, we've been there.
There's my recall knowledge for you.
You're able to definitely confirm what Amara picked up on these. These are representations of the signal as well as accompanying notes about them. The best you could really add on to this, there's not much further to interpret. You are not a follower of Triune themselves, so those sort of hidden meanings that these observations seem to be talking about are not something you recognize or would necessarily easily be able to find. At best, you're able to tell that this would probably have some value. You could, of course, break it down. This is all material that could be turned into UPB. You could also feasibly, at some point, find someone, Gap Historian, other worshippers of Triune. They would probably pay some good money for this.
And I was almost a Gap-influenced Witch Warper.
Pity. In total, though, all of this iconography is worth about 40 credits. Or UPB.
Nothing.
I mean, if we have something on the ship that can convert it into UPB, I think that's worth it.
I'm going to assume for the purposes of this campaign, you guys have a way, just like you can craft with UPB, to break down items into UPB.
Alright, why the hell not then, yeah.
Alright, when we're done, we'll move it all on over.
I know, he's gonna break down the plot item.
Kian kind of
If you underperform in combat, I'll break down you.
What, Kian?
turns to the group. Do you think it'd be wise to maybe, empty a box and put some water in for these guys so they don't float out to space?
Sure. Go ahead.
Aw. Are you gonna bring them with you?
Yeah, might as well.
You know, I really tried my best to prevent you guys from getting elemental pets, and look where that got us. You guys get
Elemental pets?
Yeah. Once you guys take some time to search through, can you make sure one of the crates is empty enough and start doing your best to catch some of the bubbles of water with it before trying to beck in some of the elementals in. Go ahead and give me a nature check real quick, if you don't mind.
Can it be untrained?
Yeah. You don't need to be trained for this.
And blind roll, right?
Public. This is fine, public.
No, public.
Yeah. It's perception, deception, and stealth that'll pretty much I always want blind. And then other things I'll let you know if I want blind at that moment. A 15? Yeah. It takes a couple minutes for sure, but you do eventually manage to convince each of those elementals to jump from their bubbles into the crate. And you guys have a crate of 3 water elementals.
Yay.
To
we
do
go.
with whatever you would like.
New mascots.
Yup. 3 level 0 water
They seem
wisps.
harmless.
We can bring them to the. We can use them in the shows as like water features, and like have them interact with like the lights to like refract. We could probably train the water elementals to do like cool light shows.
Think you're
Or
safe.
to jump from one bubble of water to another.
Yeah.
Hey,
There
yeah,
you
they
go.
could jump from one bubble of water to another.
Mm.
That'd be a cool trick.
They do have a very funny passive ability called In Concert.
I'm just saying, this shit writes itself.
And Resonance.
Mm-hmm. Up or down? Up first, then we'll do the radiation.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys are heading up towards radiation, or towards engineering to start.
Whoa.
As you guys head upwards, climbing the ladder and opening the hatch up top, making your way into a relatively small chamber where a massive amount of machinery is heavily compacted into this chamber, shutting the hatch underneath you. It does very quickly begin to repressurize the chamber for you. There is yet one more hatch heading upwards, but you can see very clearly in front of you the computer stations that would be used for performing maintenance on the drift engine, on the thrusters, just about everything.
All right, let's go up to comms.
Okay. Not taking a look
Yeah.
at any of this stuff. Just going on.
Take a look around, I guess.
Check one of the terminals of one of you computer people.
Um,
I'm trained in it. I just don't have a high number for it.
Yeah, I recognize that, unfortunately, the only person who's trained in all of this stuff has left.
I'm sorry, I can come back. I can come back.
Um,
But I want to fix our ship.
something you could do in here with the computer systems, those of you who have piloting trained, could try and access the navigation records if you wished.
Ooh, yeah.
Since you do have access to the computers attached to the thrusters here, it would not be difficult to pick up what those navigation records are.
Public or blind?
This can be public. Anyone who would
Attempt
like
to
to look
attempt-
at other things would be crafting or nature. I'm sorry, Kian, what?
I can attempt to intimidate the machines, but that's about all I've got.
Yeah, Kamana's not going to do anything. She's going to sit there and look pretty.
Classic. Amara, taking a look through the navigation records doesn't give you much you haven't already found with Jordan Band's private log, but you are able to confirm for certain that this ship was heading from Alvion to Absalom Station.
Well, the heading's been confirmed.
All right.
All right, heading up further.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Making your way up towards the communications tower. Once more, you open up the hatch. Thankfully, no depressurization warnings or anything this time, since it's all still fully pressurized. And actually, something I got wrong, there is no light in this room. There is no flashing red light, like in all of the other chambers. This room is itself unlit. However, the many consoles and displays around the walls are all sort of blinking slowly. Near the hatch on the wall, there is a white box bolted with what looks to be a red serum vial within it. And the most strange thing in this chamber is, to those of you who know what it looks looks almost like a massive neuron. This gigantic amalgamation of sort of crystalline tendrils extending out of a sort of central greenish mass and connecting into the computers. It looks a little something like this.
Oh my fucking god.
Not moving at all right now, but just sort of connected to the entire system.
Why the hell did Finger go back?
Gonna say that's not what it's supposed to look like.
I mean, that's one way to connect to the internet.
We call it plugging in.
Communicate
Yeah,
the description of that to Thinker, like, never... No computer job, but, that don't look right.
With that description, can I do anything with it?
I would allow a recall knowledge about this thing.
Woo!
Yeah. You've heard of these before. You haven't actually personally seen a time eater, but you know what they are.
I still haven't.
Time eaters are another native of the drift, much like drift motes. These are not elementals themselves. They are actual creatures. They're relatively slow from what you're aware of. However, they are most known for the ability to steal the momentum of other creatures with their tentacles and use it to sort of stop the timeline of others while speeding up their own.
Okay, so but they are from the drift.
They are from the drift, yes.
Do they typically survive
Yeah.
how often?
They are cosmic creatures. They are capable of flying through space on their own.
And it's not an uncommon occurrence for these things to exit the drift, right?
It's not super common. It's not impossible, of course, but these are creatures that are rarely seen outside of the drift for the most part.
I'm gonna go back over the comms and to Kaya, and I'm just gonna be like, it's weird. There have been two drift monsters on this ship. Right after we got shunted out of the drift. The drift zombie, and this time eater.
Don't forget those moves.
Yeah.
It just makes me wonder.
Something could be wrong.
What is going on? Because we got shunted.
You got shunted out of the drift, yes.
Wait, has that ever happened? Are there any stories of that?
That'll be up to me. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any drift now. I don't have drift lore, so.
Does anyone have drift lore?
I do.
Oh, go ahead and roll that for me. Drift lore. You have never heard stories of people being forced to exit the drift, aside from, reaching the beacon they're heading for.
I've never heard of anything like this.
And does it look like? Did it feel like this ship also got shunted out?
I mean, you were both traveling in the drift. You saw each other. The energy wave impacted this ship and slammed it into your own, and both of yours were sent careening out of the drift. So, could have something to do with that energy wave, maybe?
Has to be.
Amara,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a chance, could you check on the drift engine? Once I finish up with realigning our thrusters, which I should be done with soon, I'll go check out mine. I'll just run I didn't do it while I was on the ship, but if you could run a quick diagnostic check.
Will do.
Thank you.
Rip this thing off this console? Or would that be a bad idea?
It doesn't seem to have reacted to you as of now. It is a sentient creature. It's not capable of conversation from what Thinker is aware of, so you won't be able to access the communications relay without interacting with it, but it also has not been interacted with.
Could I do call with the drift lord to see if I can figure out how to kind of make it move without attacking?
Sure. And Kian, I saw you pinging the wall over where the white box is. Did you want to go take a look at that?
Yeah, I was just trying to see where the time creature is. I
It's
was checking
on
to see
this
if it's...
computer right here.
Oh, okay.
I can even do this for you if you'd like.
There's a vial or something in that thing.
Yes, there is a white box bolted to the wall right there with a vial of red liquid within it.
First aid.
It does appear to be a first aid kit of some sort attached to the wall. Taking a look at this thing, Amara, you are not sure how to interact with it short of destroying it. Stories of Time Eaters are very rare and more often than not horror stories. Ship's crews and captains swapping these sorts of stories of like moon-sized conglomerations of these creatures descending upon a planet and just freezing it entirely in time.
I have no idea how to deal with this.
Or, if you find one in your ship, or you don't find one until it's too late, a Time Eater slowly trapping a starship's entire crew in a single moment of time forever.
Oh, that sounds...
So let's not touch that thing.
Yeah.
But if you want the comms relay, we need to deal with it.
That is correct. So how important is the comms relay to you?
How much would it take for me to make a new comms relay? How much in UPB?
Good question. You'd more be looking at time that you don't really have right now. So you'd be effectively sailing without comms for a while. Is the more important.
If you say that in character, Keon would just... I mean, we could go a while without a comms unit until we encounter somebody that might get a little bit hostile if we're just silent, sitting there.
It would be nice to have a comms unit. We could also get a big piece of paper and just stick it to the front of our ship and write in, Universal Basic that just says, "Comms are broken. Please do not hail us." But
comms down, need UPB for repairs. Donations
Please.
Welcome.
It's just a link to a GoFundMe.
So, what I'm hearing is best things if we really need the comms is we leave this to last.
I think that's wise. Might not be a terrible idea to just leave that, and if we have spare time and if we all feel brave and bold, maybe I can make the journey back over and attempt to assist, but
yeah,
let's not do it for now. Let's hold off on it.
All right, I'm going to go down to check on the drift.
Okay.
Would you be, Jericho, would you say that I've finished realigning the thrusters at this point?
No.
And can be, huh?
No. It's been 15 minutes. 20
oh,
maybe.
I don't know how much time has passed.
Not a lot. They're doing things quick.
I'm still working on realigning the thrusters. All
right.
So
Amara's heading back down to look at the drift engine. What about the rest of you?
I'm done to stay together.
Okay. No one's touching the first aid box. Interesting.
Well,
who needs first aid?
Well, we'll take the first aid thing.
You will? Are you sure? It is me we're talking about as your GM. That might not be the best idea.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh no, it's the red stuff from that Star Trek movie.
Popping open the first aid box on the wall, it's first aid supplies. There's a med kit and what looks to be 2 commercial med patches as well that you are welcome to take if you would like.
Yoink.
So, you guys have a med kit for healing as necessary and 2 med patches. Amara, if you're going to take a look at the drift engine itself, and I'd say anyone who wants to look at this may also roll, or you guys can choose to have people aid one person rolling, whatever you would prefer. The engine appears to be exhibiting a similar problem to your own drift engine. It looks to be in perfect working order. However, the engine isn't functioning. Your possible checks here are crafting and nature. And again, if you guys would like, anyone can roll individually, or someone can roll and others can aid. This would be blind, as this is a recall knowledge roll.
Kamana, if it's recall knowledge, Kamana can only aid. Because she is untrained in nature and crafting.
Mm-hmm.
I allow recall knowledges to be done without being trained in the requisite skill.
Let's go.
I have a +3 for crafting, and so probably aiding me would be a good thing.
She's got a +4 in nature, +0 for crafting, so
+4,
I'm not.
okay.
I can't really aid in crafting. It's not worth it for me to aid in crafting.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll nature if you'd like.
I'm gonna roll nature. Kamana's gonna look at the thing.
Can I see you rolled nature as well? Durgesh, are you aiding someone rolling or just leaving this to the people who might know what they're doing?
I'll leave it to the people who know what they're doing.
Fair enough.
I can't aid in nature, but I can at least take a look at it. If we call knowledge for crafting, even though it's untrained.
Yeah.
I'm fairly smart.
I run the high
Okay.
risk of positive and negative.
We got some good rolls this time. Quite proud of you guys. Yeah. From what you're able to tell, Amara, there's nothing wrong with the drift engine right now. The problem is with the drift. Something has happened to it, and it's no longer interacting with the engine properly. Trying to use the drift engine right now would be sort of like trying to row a boat without water.
Yeah, it's the drift itself, Thinker. The drift engine's just not connecting.
Kimana, you're fairly certain all of this information being given, that energy wave you saw is related to this drift issue, a symptom of whatever is going on. Maybe not the cause, but simply a byproduct.
Kamana will pass that to the group. Thinker, what would that fall under? That would be drift lore, right?
For what?
Figuring out like if something like this has ever happened before.
I can tell you right now, no.
No.
Nothing like this has ever happened. You all are adamantly certain of that.
So is it? What do you mean it can't interact with the drift? Like the engines, like not reaching the drift, like something
I'm
happened
not
to the
sure.
engine.
I'm not sure the drift is there. I
What
think
do you
the
mean the
engine
drift
means
is not
stop.
there?
To put layman term, maybe it's like you got your computer screen, but there's nothing for it to connect to.
No, I understand, but how is that possible? The drift has always been there.
Maybe got fed up and decided to go on vacation.
The code. The code they found. The drift captain. The captain. They were looking for something.
In the signal.
Maybe it caused this.
You have those documents about what they found in the signal, right?
Yes.
I can look over those a bit more. While I'm doing we don't have a communications array.
Bingo.
We wouldn't happen to have a copy of the original signal on board, right? Not kind of like a Bible.
Nope.
Kind of like a Bible, maybe people traveling through the drift, it's just kind of keep a Bible in the drawer.
Because the signal isn't a single codified existence. Just
I'm
like those
desperately
pictures
trying here.
show, the sort of memorabilia you guys found, the signal itself showed up in millions of different forms. And no one really pays attention to the signal anymore, because the signal occurred 300 years ago.
We don't have a single artifact of the signal. Okay, fine.
Do you have a worshipper of Triune in your party? No.
Tinker's willing to convert.
And I was so close to doing it. I just was like, that would be over me.
You came so close.
I was thinking of choosing the Triune thing. The ancestry. That's where you're half something, half Triune.
Oh, the Prismati.
Yeah,
Prismati, or the Drift influenced
hell.
heritage. Mm-hmm. It would have been a really interesting interaction with this campaign to go Prismati. But
it didn't happen.
So something's fucked with the Drift engine, or the Drift itself, I should say. There's a funny Drift entity connected to the comms relay right now. Only places you haven't explored are down, but you do know there is a radiation leak down there.
Is it even worth me checking out the Drift engine with what Amara's found?
I mean, it's right by everything else you're working on, so...
Okay.
Like, all the important stuff is in one place in the ship. You kidding me? How much of a hassle would it be if everything was in a different place and things started breaking down?
No, not saying that. I'm more saying, like, if we wanted to deal with the Time Eater, it might be better for me to also be there, and forego working on the Drift, like, checking out the Drift engine.
Fair enough.
But,
yeah.
Like, can I get a sense? Can I get a sense of, like, how worth it is for me to even work on the Drift engine?
You can make that choice yourself, and suffer the consequences.
See, the logical part of me is like, you should be there for the combat encounter. The part of me that wants to play my character is like, no fucking way. Thinker doesn't believe this. Thinker wants to reaffirm this shit.
Yeah.
Well, we're still going down.
Let me give you a little bit of help here. Even if your thrusters are working, just the ship on its thrusters won't be able to outrun the solar storm.
So
you need the Drift engine working if you're going to get away from this storm.
I'm staying on the ship then. I'm doing everything I can to get this thing up and running, and at least doing something. Maybe if the Drift is down, I can make it work as an ion engine or an impel engine. Something.
You might be able to rig something up. We'll find out.
Fuck.
All right. What are the rest of you doing then?
So how bad is radiation in Starfinder?
Not awful, especially because you guys would only be exposed to mild radiation right now. It's a disease, so you make a save, it has an onset period, and radiation sickness is mostly just mild amounts of poison damage and the sickened condition.
Okay. Let's go get sick. We're going down.
Down with the sickness?
Exactly. It's an old song my people play.
Alright.
It was one of Kimana's debut songs.
Down with the sickness? Come on out with this very bubbly and pink personality. Plays exclusively heavy metal.
Yeah.
Exclusively heavy metal and emo.
Nice baby metal.
All right. Well, if you guys head down, because I have to remind myself, it's not actually a hatch heading down into the lower levels. It is a tear in the floor, about 4 feet wide, that is just completely destroyed. Heading down from that level into this next one brings you into a larger room than the others you've been in so far. Red emergency lighting filling this room with a repeated message on the sort of overhead sound system. Radiation warning. Please evacuate. Radiation warning. Please evacuate. Just constantly going. There is what looks to be a summoning circle inscribed into the floor, which is partially collapsed around the northern door, which looks to be an elevator of some sort, but is otherwise intact. There's an anvil in one corner. The walls are lined with cabinets that have transparent doors filled with alchemical ingredients. The ceiling itself is, of course, damaged, that 4-foot or so tear you just came through. There is a ladder heading down. The hatch is open to the workshop below. So. That is the door to the elevator.
Oh, okay.
Though it does appear like stuck fast right now, most likely, from the impact and damage. It would likely have to be forced to be opened.
That sounds like something.
I'll take a look around.
Sure.
see if
Did we
there's anything
determine what the
useful.
sigil is?
A summoning circle.
Oh.
Though
My bad.
partially collapsed with the damage to the floor.
Give me an aid on this.
What's the roll to force the door open?
Athletics. And you guys,
Athletics?
yep, you can either do individual rolls, or if you want to aid is the system that you can roll against a flat DC, which is always 15, to give a bonus to someone else's roll, potentially.
Actually,
I have-
Kamana can give it the aid action to someone as well. She's got a not terrible athletics.
Oh, you have +7. Oh, wow. Mine is +6.
Yeah, she is a. She is a +4, so.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at that.
Working together, you all managed to wrench the door to the elevator shaft open. And all you see is twisted and destroyed metal. The elevator seems to be levels below. This is the top level the elevator goes to.
So no feasible way down, right?
You could potentially squeeze down through if you wanted, yeah. You absolutely
Or we
could.
Use the ladder.
Go down the ladder, yeah.
There's also the ladder.
But this place seems so much fun. So much more fun.
If you want to squeeze through, you are more than welcome to. That's going to be an acrobatics check.
No, I'm not good
Ugh.
at that.
Actually, I'm sorry. It would be athletics to climb through it, not acrobatics to squeeze, because you'd be climbing down through the wreckage. Here, I can open the door to the elevator.
Oh yeah, I'll try an athletics check to climb down.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check. As you're doing that, Amara, you're taking a look around. Most of the cabinets hold just relatively useless supplies for you. However, one of them does contain some interesting little bits and bobs. Specifically, a low-rank spell gem and a spell ampule. So spell gems being, of course, latticed gemstones suspended in a silicon casing and coated with a magical script. These are effectively spell scrolls. Spell amps are injections. Effectively like spell scrolls, they're consumable. However, they can be used by anyone. You do not have to be able to cast a spell to use a spell ampule. The label has faded on the spell ampule, so you aren't able to tell what it is. However, you are pretty easily able to tell that the magic encoded into both of these items is of the lowest rank.
Thinker could probably figure these out if you bring it back to them.
You little moojaggies.
Can you climb your way down into a lower elevator shaft with absolute ease?
I'll take a ladder.
All right. The rest of you beginning to take the ladder down. Once more, that same red emergency lighting, that same droning radiation warning filling the area. One wall, very similar to the cargo hold, is visibly ruptured, exposing that sort of internal piping, emitting intermittent sparks. You're fairly certain that would be an easy tell that is the source of the radiation leak. The roof near the elevator that you know Kian is climbing down is partially collapsed, but intact still. There's a nanotech assembler, it looks like. This is a tech workshop. You guys know that for a fact, and it has all the tools and supplies for a tech workshop.
This feels better.
There is no ladder heading down. Kian, you do know the elevator shaft does continue down, though. You can see the sort of broken open top of the elevator on the lowest level. These door icons on the map, by the way, you can actually click them yourself to open and shut them.
Could you
Oh my
move
goodness.
me down there?
Stop moving
Could you move
yourself.
Kamana down there as well?
I suppose.
Hey.
Here, you know what? You can enjoy space. Enjoy my map
No.
of space.
Vest is on.
I'll get back to searching.
Speaking of which, I need everyone to give me a fortitude save, please, as you are the closest to the actual radiation leak at this point and are exposed to mild radiation sickness.
I'm gonna hero point that.
I
I assume using Kamana's hero points are also using my own.
Most likely, yes. All right.
Sorry about that. I forgot to hit that fortitude 1 in the log.
No worries.
That's better.
That will be a success for all of you. So thankfully, none of you are actually going to end up sick from this radiation unless you continue to stick around here. It's a pity. If Thinker were here, Thinker might be able to seal this up. Actually, does anyone have crafting? This one doesn't necessarily require trained.
I have +3 in
If you wanted to spend a little bit of time and try and at least seal off that ruptured part of the bulkhead where the radiation is leaking out of, you absolutely could try.
Can Thinker give the aid action?
You can take a -2 circumstance penalty to your roll to give an aid action over comms.
Fucking do. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Could I use athletics to aid?
Sure.
Okay, Thinker got a
Your
22.
effort sort of forcing things back into place. You absolutely could try that.
Thinker got a
I'll aid the
22. That's a +1.
All right.
Awesome.
Take your +1 circumstance bonus, Amara.
Yeah, too many don't stack.
A very good roll. Yeah, taking a minute or so of time with Thinker yapping away in your ear as per usual, going over all the technical stuff. Only half of it makes sense. And with Durgesh sort of forcing the ruptured bits of piping, taking care to avoid the leaping sparks back into place, you do eventually sort of spot weld with the nearby fabrication tools a close over that, and the radiation does stop leaking.
Thinker, even when you've sealed the radiation, Thinker does not stop talking.
Yes,
Thinker is continuing to yap on about valves, about flow rates, about pipes, about different piping material, about the radiation resilience of
Take up
certain
groceries.
elements, about the half-life of uranium.
Take at 5 degrees. Okay.
It's very interesting. So if we talk more about it, lead, though it was for a while used as the primary material for radiation shield,
I'm searching
actually
around while
fucking
he's
sucked for
talking.
it.
Yep. This is why you all got mute buttons last time you were on a planet.
Oh no, I'm
Solely
the
for
sniper,
Thinker.
so I'm used to people talking and talking while
Fair
I do
enough.
my thing.
Yeah, Thinker's just talking while
I've
they
worked that in the war.
continue to work.
There is still that sort of ambient radiation in here, but not enough that any of you would actually worry about getting sick from it. Anyone who's taken a look around in here, go ahead and give me a perception check. Such high highs,
Yeah, no.
such low lows this session.
Apparently I rolled a 1.
Maybe. Yeah. it's actually not terribly difficult to find stuff in here because it's all relatively open. On top of the assembly bench is what looks to be a recently completed set of freebooter armor, which is just armor. If you guys would like to take, it is a medium armor.
I mean, it's good for oobs at the very least.
It is good for oobs. And then around the rest of the general sort of fabrication equipment, there is what looks to be about 100 feet or so of titanium alloyed cable line, just commercial grade, but, could be useful. And if you wish, of course, the entire sort of maker's engineering toolkit you could take. It is customized to this ship, but you can always take it. It's going to be usable no matter what.
What grade is it?
Commercial.
Hmm.
It would have given a specific bonus if you had picked it up first to any checks you're doing on this ship in particular, because it has been customized to the third gate, but it is still just a commercial maker's toolkit in the first place.
Take it. We can use it at least for the UPB. I already have my own customized for our ship.
All right, so we'll use it for the
All right. Hey, in total, all that stuff's worth about 110 credits, so
Let's fucking go. I can make so much shit with that.
the freebooter armor on its own is worth 65.
Hang on,
Maker's
wait.
toolkit
This
I'm
means
getting
items,
close to a scope.
items are going to be cheaper now. Because crafting.
Yeah. And hey, with no drift engine, you can spend the full time to get half price. Silver lining!
What do you mean, no drift engine?
All right.
Wait for me.
You do know from what Kian saw that the elevator shaft does continue down. You do know there is an airlock on the port side of the ship that you have not seen as of yet. But there's no hatch that continues to lead down at all.
All right.
That's where the radiation's coming from, right?
The radiation was coming from this room, actually. You guys took care of it at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No more radiation.
Is there a way to get down through the elevator?
Athletics!
I have a
God damn it.
climbing kit, so
You gotta climb.
Yeah.
No, we can use that steel cable we got, right?
You can use
We
it
literally just picked up some titanium cable.
Mhm.
I mean, I have some on me.
Yeah.
Look
And
at
I
you
have a
having
climbing kit too. Because I'm terrible at climbing.
Climbing kit just allows you to attach to the wall, so
Yeah, if I critically fail, I don't
you
fall.
don't fall. In general, I'd also... a tactical one, I would say, gives you a bonus to your rolls. Just a commercial one would not. Thankfully, though, it's not difficult to climb down through this. What was my DC for this? Yeah, generally only DC 14 to get through. Thankfully, Amara, while you, and Kian actually, as the two of you sort of take a bit longer to get down than the other two, you don't get stuck. You would have gotten stuck if you crit failed the roll. But you are able to climb down into
Cramped in here.
the very cramped elevator shaft.
Oh boy.
Cozy.
Kamana's gonna
Reminds me of the cow cuddles back at home.
gonna pop the door,
Sure.
looking at everyone before she does it.
Maybe we
No
should-
objections.
Wait. Yes, objection. Never mind. I was gonna say switch places with Durgaz.
Good call.
Shuffle around.
Right.
All right. Welcome to a small chamber.
Oh no, I didn't see this coming.
The airlock chamber is what this is. The lower bay of the ship, to be specific. It has the airlock heading out. There is a similar to above white box mounted to a wall. However, this one is... You can't see anything inside of it. It is marked with the symbol of a crystal.
Ugh.
Mana's gonna.
And I should say the opposite wall is very obviously marked with a massive design of the holy symbol of Triune, the 3 interlocking circles of computer code.
Kimana's gonna open the box.
Are you certain that's a good idea?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Kimana opens the box.
500
Inside.
Holy shit, an astral dreadnought.
It didn't fit, but it's there anyways. No, this is very common to see in sort of single-person ships like this. There is a air rebreather sort of set by the airlock just in case anyone needs it. So a commercial filtered rebreather that you are welcome to take if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll throw that in the party stash.
It's 150 credits.
Oh, yeah.
It is an armor upgrade specifically and would give you a fortitude save bonus against inhaled effects.
Yeah, Kimana's gonna chuck that in the party stash.
Nice.
Look at you guys. You're up to about 725 credits in shit.
Oh, I want a scope.
No scopes for you here, unfortunately. I gave you a tactical gun. Be happy with what you got.
Oh,
I gave you a
That's
tactical
all.
pistol.
mm-hmm.
But that does appear to be the majority of the ship.
Here comes the hard part. Trying to climb back out of that shit.
I would not require any more rolls to get out. You've proven you can get down. I'm not going to be so mean as to force you to keep rolling. Yeah. Also, because I'm not letting you farm chances for free hero points.
Tinker loosens bolt
Go
and
outside.
retightens another.
Yeah, you can head outside if you want.
Avoid
Okay.
climbing that way.
That's space, buddy.
You guys have suits.
Yeah.
It's
I just
still
think-
space.
If you had issues with climbing back up, you get this spacewalk.
You can just walk on the outside of the ship.
Kian's gonna message over to Tinker. You think it's easier to detach the thing from outside the detach the communications array from outside the ship or from inside?
Only the outside portion of ours was damaged, right? We would just
The
need the
antenna
antenna.
itself was shorn off, yes. If you take just that, it would probably require more effort to reconnect. Since you would be working with your tech, connecting it to this tech, as opposed to just taking the whole thing. Certainly possible, but
We could do it like that. We could just take the antenna. We might require a bit more integrated parts to bridge the gap between the two systems. Ideally, we would take the whole block, but with the time eater in the way, it's not the easiest thing to do. Was my recall knowledge good enough to get like any combat stats on that thing?
because I don't let you take combat stats out of combat typically.
Right.
Suffer.
I'll leave it to your discretion, Amara, Kian.
Kian kind of turns to everybody. So, do we want to fight that thing, or maybe go off a couple of weeks without being able to talk to anyone?
I'm a bit scared, but we gotta do what we gotta do to get out of here.
I hope you've all practiced your slow motion voices.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. So, I guess Kian takes out his like
Demands
solar weapon.
combat.
We're good. I'm good to fight.
Kimana pulls out her gun.
Mara pulls out the bigger gun.
Gun.
I'm
Alright.
going to pull out my sword.
If you guys are heading back up, I can just easily move you on over there. And as soon as you are ready to begin, I'll ask everyone to roll initiative.
Before beginning, Kian just kind of walks up to it. So, could you get off the computer? We kind of need that thing that you're on.
If only it knew how to speak, or even understood language in the first place.
There's a chance. You never know.
Yeah. I love the attempt.
It's about to go to get a lot of momentum.
Oh man. Oh man.
Tinker puts on some Kesha.
Awful.
What do you mean awful?
You're not putting on Kimana's music?
You're throwing on TikTok.
Yeah, Kesha's putting on
Autopilot.
Tinker's putting on Joyride. What? Joyride's a good song.
I don't know what that song is.
It's her newest song. It's a great song.
Cool. I don't think I've ever listened to a Kesha song in my life.
I have. I didn't want to.
Boo, all of you.
And if you
Not my
roll
kind of music.
initiative for me, Kian?
Ooh.
Should be on the left side of your character sheet, just under your perception button. Perfect. Sucks to be you, lizard. Alright, the time eater is going to go first as you all take out your weapons and prepare to engage this thing. It's not stupid enough to not recognize that it is being threatened at this moment in time, or it is at least under threat. So it is absolutely going to lash out first towards someone. The question is who? The dice have spoken. Durgesh. It is going to take one of the tentacles that is sort of inset into the computer, and it is going to quickly lash outwards, ripping towards you, and is going to strike you with a 26.
Ow. That was almost crit.
For 9 points of piercing damage, as it pierces through the shoulder of your armor, stabbing into you. It is then going to use its second action to attempt to steal your momentum. So it is just going to gain the quickened condition. And Durgesh, I will need you to give me a fortitude save versus becoming slowed.
I'm already slow enough as it is. Stop it.
You do not become slowed, thankfully. And with its last action, the Tiny Eater is going to make a strike at you, Kian. Which is going to miss with a 10. So, Kimana, that'll bring us to you.
Sick. Oh, Lord. Kimana is going to take her first action to shoot with her gun, with her Boltcaster pistol.
Gone. It is going to have lesser cover from you where you are, but a natural 20 is going to ignore what I'm saying.
Get fucked.
And roll crit damage.
I'm built different, Mr. Jericho.
You deal 4 points of damage.
I said different, not well. I'm desperately trying to figure out how this character does.
So you can, your main ability as a mystic, you have spellcasting.
Yes.
You can also transfer vitality, which is a single action to take hit points from your vitality network, which has 10 in it, and give them to someone within 60 feet. You gain 4 hit points back to the vitality network at the start of each of your turns.
Okay.
And you can give out as many as you would like in a single action.
Okay. Alright.
You also have a gun.
I also have a gun.
Like that Kimana took no combat spells. No
didn't.
damaging spells, I should say.
Yeah, which is why I've been so miffed.
Motivating ringtone is a healing spell.
Yes, I do. I did read up on the spells.
Motivating ringtone's actually kind of fun.
It's a very it's going to start using a lot of those effects. So yeah, I will chuck a motivating ringtone onto Durgesh.
Okay.
So Durgesh, you are going to heal for 11 hit points, and you gain this spell effect here. So you're going to have a 5-foot status bonus to all speeds, and a +1 status bonus to all fear effects for the duration.
So,
Anything adjacent, any creature who begins their turn adjacent to you will share those bonuses.
so long as your comms unit keeps playing Kesha.
No.
Oh.
As Kimana points, that's Thinker's favorite song.
Oh,
And while
you're right, I'm
Kimana
sorry.
Kimana knows Thinker's love for the esoteric artist Kesha, Kimana's gonna play her own music. Down with the Sickness starts playing from Durgesh's phone. Durgesh's comms unit.
Fantastic. One of these days, I'm going to put together an entire playlist that's just Kimana originals. No one's ever going to expect what songs are on there, but I will take requests. All right, Amara, that'll bring us to you then.
I will aim.
Oh, classic operative gameplay.
Man is gaming.
Ignoring lesser cover. And critting. Oh, not critting. Haha.
Man is gaming.
But still dealing massive damage. Stop that.
No.
Stop
Thank
that.
And then I'll reload.
Classic. All right. As the shot rings out from you, impacting the sort of central cluster of these tendrils, and definitely tears a hole in them. Kian, that brings us to you.
Kian is going to attack him with the solar weapon.
Why not? And Durgesh, I think I saw you measuring. Everywhere where you can see stuff on the map will count as greater difficult terrain. So they'll take an extra 10 feet of movement to move into any of those
That was
spaces.
me.
Oh, perfect. Don't forget to target. Oh my god, stop critting.
Yo,
Oh.
let's fucking go.
Ah! This is supposed to be a semi-dangerous fight. Low
Fuck that
threat
thing up.
level.
Fuck that thing up.
Oh, roll critical damage.
Yeah.
18 No, my health bar. Where did it go? Actually, this is funny. I want to show it off. So let me undo that health bar. Welcome to the boss health bar, everyone. You can see what its health looks like after
Oh, God.
Amara crit it. Let me show you what happens after Kian crit it as well. Goodbye, health bar. Low-level enemies getting crit is the funniest in the boss health bar.
I love that. I love that plugin.
Well, you've got 2 actions left, Kian. Do you want to just finish it off?
Might as well.
No.
No hit, unfortunately, with the second strike. And the third strike will miss as well.
Ooh.
All right, Durgesh, you may have fun.
Yes. Yes. We're done with Josh.
Can you get down with the sickness?
Durgesh, you missed.
Oh, I will hero point that.
The spite hero point.
Yes.
That'll hit.
Hey!
Yeah.
Durgesh do be being down with the sickness.
And that will pretty easily kill this Time Eater. A little potentially more tough than you would have expected creatures like this, but under the, or more so able to dish out some pretty heavy injuries on its own. But the blows you all unleash, more than enough to quickly tear this lone aberration from beyond the universe to shreds. It didn't even get to make use of its quickened condition. How rude.
Down with the sickness.
How rude.
I think Kian just kind of picks it up and then like walks 10 feet away and then just drops it in the corner.
Yeah.
Are their bodies useful for anything?
No.
Can I convert that thing to UPBs?
No.
Damn.
If you'd like to research it, sure, but no UPB from corpse.
Not even one.
No.
You're so mean.
Do you work with biotech?
I fucking could.
I think not.
Give me a few days and I will. Well, hold on. Actually, yeah, I have life science lore.
You have life science lore, but you don't have biotech. Whatever
Give me
the
a few
specific
days and
feat is.
Give me a few days and it will be biotech.
All right. But as the time meter falls to the ground and you guys are free to take the entire communications relay and tower back to your own ship, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, grab some water, and I'll see you all in a few minutes.
Could go with some baby metal in there if you're doing down with the sickness.
Oh, God.
Because like Kamada's mostly modeled off of like, you know, J-pop idols and stuff like that, but
So baby metal would actually fit.
I'm thinking of like, what is the Western equivalent of a J-pop idol? Is it like,
Boy
you know,
bands.
Taylor Swift and Hannah Montana? Or
Yeah.
I feel like
Sure.
it's One
It's
Direction.
not a real equivalent.
No. Well, I mean, if you go just strict J-pop or K-pop,
I would
get
not
into
know.
like
Boyfriend's a pilot. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Anyway, welcome back.
hey,
Kamada's here. Yippee!
yeah. If that ever happens again, Jericho, please just like spam my DMs.
Okay. I wasn't sure if something had come up, so I didn't want to bug you too much. But, so you guys have just finished taking down this time eater. You are able to pack up the communications relay, bring it over to your own ship, and begin setting it up. You can bring back your crate of elemental fish if you'd like. While Thinker is going to be working on attaching this comms relay, and that's when. What are the rest of you doing? You can work on breaking down this ship for usable parts if you'd like. You can do whatever else you think. It's probably going to take a few hours for Thinker to get everything working.
Keon's gonna go wherever the heavy lifting is necessary.
Sure.
Yeah, Durgish will do the same.
Did we find like any more portals or anything
Nope.
in the ship?
Nope.
Okay.
You sealed up the radiation leak, so
There's a
no
summoning
one has to
circle.
worry about getting sick from that. Oh, there's a summoning circle.
I guess Kamana will check that out and see what that's about.
Sure. Yeah, if you
I'll
want
start
to.
moving stuff over.
Yeah, I did. I asked this about retraining some stuff into nature and religion,
Yep.
so that we have more than one person. So,
I
Thank
did
you.
the math. Out of the 18 skills in the game, 9 of them only have a single person trained in them right now.
yeah. So can I do a religion check to check out this?
If you want
summoning
to
circle?
go ahead and give me a recall knowledge, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, recall knowledge. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do
like
that.
it does, because that has all the skills on it. Makes it
Yeah.
nice and easy. Stop rolling well, people. Goddamn.
Never.
There's
No.
been so many crits tonight.
Good.
And so few nat ones comparatively.
Good.
Taking a look over at it, yeah, it's pretty simple. This is a base summoning circle used typically for longer term castings of the summon construct spell. Summon robot specifically.
Okay. Did we find a lot of constructs
Nope,
on
you have
this?
found none.
He was summoning his own assistant. Or assistant.
That's cute.
Mhm.
He was a worshipper of Triune, right? So
Yes.
that makes sense.
And actually, with your role specifically, Kimana, you would be able to tell this circle, it is damaged from the impact that has all occurred, does not seem to be set up specifically for a casting to be carried out with it, but this is more the basics being set up for if someone were to transcribe that spell into, say, a gem or an ampule.
Did we
Or a chip.
find any of those?
The party did find those, yeah.
Okay, well there we go.
The party found a single spell gem and a spell ampule in that arcane lab.
Yeah. Amara
Oh,
would toss them to
um,
you.
Yeah, Kamana will spend time trying to identify
Sure.
those while
They
folks
are
are doing
in the
other
party
stuff.
stash if you'd like.
Yeah.
And for your reference, spell gems are effectively spell scrolls. You can cast them as long as you have the requisite magic tradition. Spell ampules are little injections that are much more restrictive in the spells they can have put in them, but anyone can use them, whether they are able to cast
Yeah.
spells or not.
So it's like Tailwind, False Fight.
Something like
kind
that,
of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
They're most of the time going to be buff spells. Because they're drugs.
Yeah. So 2 recall knowledges incoming.
Go for it.
First one's for the spell gem, second one's for the spell ampule.
Sounds good. All right. For the purposes of today, at least, you're unfortunately unable to determine what magic is within the spell gem. The only thing you're really able to confirm for certain is that it belongs to the arcane tradition and arcane tradition alone.
Okay.
The spell ampule, much easier to identify. The label's pretty worn on it, but since there is a much more limited selection of spells that it can be, you're able to confirm that this is an injection of the cellular stimulant spell.
Okay.
Which,
Oh, I have that spell too.
for anyone who does not know what that spell does, it provides quickened condition and then fatigued afterwards. So you take some time identifying those things, and then Kian and Durgesh, you're just working on doing any heavy lifting that's necessary.
Yeah, that's what I'm good for.
All right.
Just nothing to kill.
Same with you, Amara?
Yeah, I can't really think of anything I can do besides help with computer stuff, so
Sure. Yeah.
I'll to move stuff
All right.
over.
You all can absolutely be working on the engines together if you would like.
Sure.
For one, Thinker, would you give me a crafting check, please, to get a general idea of about how long this will all take?
No.
And anyone else who would like to may give me a perception check, you included, Thinker. It's a very good crafting check. By the way, anytime I ask for a crafting check, Thinker, you can ask me if you can roll engineering lore instead. I'm going to forget you have it.
Oh, can I roll? Well, it's the same modifier.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, they're both +7. So
Cool.
Well,
if the DC
lore-
for engineering lore is lower,
Lores will typically have a lower DC in some situations, yes. But you'll just have to remind me that you can roll it.
well then it would still be a 25.
Sure. Durgesh, do you not want to roll a perception check?
I was looking for something.
Ah. Well, thank God you rolled well.
No problem.
While everyone else is working, Thinker is working on everything at a good clip, sort of absorbed in his work to get everything accomplished. Amara and Kian are helping out with everything as well. Kimana just returned from the third gate, taking a look at the summoning circle and the magic items you guys had taken from there. You notice the drift engine seems to have connected with a signal.
Okay. Can we use that signal to beat the
That
solar
is,
storm?
Durgesh has noticed that.
Oh, my bad.
Think. I know what it means, but things happening on the drift thing.
Yeah, the lights are currently flashing that weren't a moment ago.
Thinker, what's going on?
Digger.
Hold up. Currently working on this. What's happened? Why are those flashing?
I don't know.
What did you touch?
I did not touch nothing.
Oh,
That's what we're asking you, Thinker.
I touched everything. I might have broken something.
God damn
Should
it.
I push a button?
Thinker, no roll necessary either for you, Amara, because you would recognize this, both of you being trained in computers. That's how the drift engine is supposed to look. That drift engine is connected to the drift.
Back on.
Okay. Must have been a momentary blip with the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been probably about 2 hours at this point since you guys were knocked out of the drift.
Must have been
So-
something with the engine. Thinker still refuses to believe that something is wrong with the drift.
And just for my sake, what's your order of fixing things? Is it thrusters, checking over drift engine, and then communications, or are you doing?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Priority is getting us away from fixing all of the immediate damage, which was
Right.
the thrusters. Getting us away from the solar storm, which was the drift engine, and then repairing things that we can live without for a few days, which is our communications array.
Makes sense. So it's definitely good that you are getting the thrusters back online first, and the drift engine coming back on is pretty damn good as well. While you are working on the communications relay, getting that reset up the way it's supposed to, I need everyone to give me a reflex save as something impacts the Murata.
Oh dear.
Can it not?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay. No damage to you, but both Thinker and Kimana, you two will be thrown from your feet and knocked prone.
Question.
Answer.
I don't have feet. I'm flying in the air.
Did I stutter? You are thrown against the comms relay, and you collapse to the floor.
My
You are
question's been
prone.
answered. My question's
Got
been answered.
wrecked.
Mr. Jericho.
I will hurt you.
You often try.
So I know right now it looks like on the map you guys are all atop the grate. Right now you are below it. I just did not do layers on this map because I don't hate myself.
Pallet.
So you are currently underneath it. You guys are in your massive sort of cargo bay area where you've got all of the general equipment as well as your cargo storages set up as well as this impact occurs. You're in the midst of setting up the communications relay right now because you chose to do that last. So the only bit you're able to get from your automated systems is a warning, multiple impact points detected, or specifically, multiple hull breaches.
Fuck.
What's
All
going
right.
on?
Something's incoming. Go take care of it.
Something's already here.
Kamana holds her gun very close to herself.
You hear the large sound of a door grinding open. The sound of the cargo bay door.
I really hope it's not my ex.
Hey, it's your ex.
Fucking could be.
Where's the cargo bay door?
Up these stairs and to the north.
We cannot. Oh,
Okay.
these stairs.
Kamana will
those
let
stairs.
Durgesh take the lead.
I think Thinker's gonna stay back with Kamana.
There's a
Yeah, I'm going to start stealthing up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to try and stay out of sight, Amara. You guys will have to move into this space and I can move directly up because I have walls in place.
How dare you?
But before you go any further, I am going to need initiative to be rolled straight away. As those of you who begin mounting the stairs can see individuals you do not recognize at all with what look to be laser pistols and mechanical hatchets in hand. Rough-looking folks striding into the cargo bay with big grins on their face.
Good
A little
news.
something like this.
Good news. Not my ex.
Who are these people? What are they doing here?
Kian, you are the first to be able to act at this point as the appearance of these individuals has been noticed.
Where's Amara on the map?
I
Amara
think
is
someone might
right
be on
here.
top.
Oh, underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move Amara back.
Is speaking a free action or is it an action itself?
So the way I rule it, just speaking is a free action. If you are directly trying to influence someone with, say, or an intimidation or diplomacy check, that's an action. But if you're just like talking, that's free.
Keon is gonna go up the stairs
Sure.
and kind of wave his hand. How are you guys doing? What brings you to my ship? Or to our ship?
A grin breaks out on their face as the foremost ones goes, "Well, you're in luck. You see, your ship here's being requisitioned for spare parts. Hope you don't mind too terribly bad."
Tinker, they brought spare parts to us.
Make sure to kiss them for me.
You'd have 5 more feet of movement in your first action.
Right, so we're gonna do. How much is? So I have another 20 feet of action.
So you've used 1 action so far, and you could use any more actions you would like to move another up to 25 feet per action spent.
Or 20 because of my -5 speed, right?
You do not have -5 speed. You've got just flat 25-foot speed.
Oh. I thought with the armor I got a speed bonus.
You
or
ignore
a speed
the speed
minus.
penalty with armor as long as you meet the strength requirement. So
Ooh,
since
so-
you have a +4 strength, you ignore the penalties and speed penalty on your armor.
I guess I could shake off that motivating ringtone now.
Oh, yes, please do so. Because realistically, a few hours should have passed. There we go.
No, it's still been within a minute, definitely.
So he's kind of gonna go right about here.
Okay.
And then do an intimidation roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's his last
moving
action.
there would have been an additional 35 feet from where you were, and that would be 2 actions worth of move. Because you do alternate
move back
5 and
10
10
feet.
feet every diagonal.
Oh.
You could get right about here with 25, just fine.
Yeah, that's. I just wanted to go 2 actions for the max.
Perfect.
Of his speed, and then do an intimidation roll.
Go for it. Yeah, it's all
Or
those
an
little
intimidation.
weird interactions. Perfect. All right.
Kind of walk up to him and. I think you've bought the wrong ship to do that, sir. If you truly feel about going on that action, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you a lot.
Who specifically were you trying to demoralize here? Because it is a single
Not
target.
necessarily demoralize on it, just doing an intimidation
You were just
check.
generally intimidating them. I see.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to back down a little bit, seeing that. Because you are pretty well armed compared to them, but at the same time, I don't know what you're going on about, but as you can see, we got you outnumbered. And bridge is under our control by this point, so I'd say the ship no longer belongs to you,
We'll see about that.
Durgesh, if you would have liked to switch into the freebooter armor by now, you're welcome to.
Thank you.
That is going to bring us to this pirate right off the bat, as these guys are, in fact, space pirates. And You know what? He's up first. He is going to shoot you with his laser pistol, because why not? Get it all
Not the
good.
bullet.
Bullet.
Bullets.
Fire energy. This is going to deal 5 points of fire damage to you as it scorches across your armor and burns into your flesh a little bit. And there's that damage button in chat you can just hit.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. There's pretty much always going to be buttons in chat, so it's a good idea to keep it open. If you've got other things open on the right side of the screen, like the character sheets.
No, I've got the chat open on there. I'm just most of the time I played in Foundry. The DM I've always played was always automatically place the damage on there. So
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I let players take control of dealing damage to themselves, so I can make you all suffer. That's all part of my master plan.
Mean as hell.
And then from there, he is going to move 5 feet towards you. He's actually going to move to there specifically, moving diagonally. And he is going to prepare to aid his ally, which is going to bring us to said ally's turn, who is going to step right here and go into a frenzy. His eyes get a little red, the veins sort of starting to glow ever so slightly. And he is going to swing his hatchet at you. So we're going to roll the other pirate's attack roll first. This is simply to aid, not to actually strike you at all, which a 12 will be a success. So Mr. Man will get a +1 circumstance bonus to aid, as I give him a -1 on accident like a fool. +1, that's what I want. And now that he's flanking you and in a frenzy and aided, he is going to attempt to swing at you with his hatchet. And he's gonna whiff wildly, like an idiot. And move frenzy attack, that's the entirety of his turn. Amara, we are up to you.
Real quick, as a free action, Kamana will say, Mara, I know we have to fight these people, but try not to kill them.
We'll see if they surrender.
As a free action, leaning my head out from behind Kamana, I'm just going to drag one of my tentacles underneath my hood to mimic cutting a throat.
Okay.
I don't actually do that. I don't think Thinker really cares.
Thinker chose the violence today.
Yeah!
Alright, aiming at one of these guys. And a 21 will absolutely hit. Yeah, okay. Not even giving them a chance to surrender, as just his head is immediately blown off his body by your shot.
My ship.
That's definitely going to frighten them a bit.
It should.
That is going to bring us to this pirate's turn. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to see that. He's going to be the smart person here. He is going to step back and shut the door. Go do something else.
Smart man.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Would I have had time to refocus in between last combat and this one?
Oh, most certainly.
Oh, thank fuck.
Because I would assume working on the ship is just fine as a refocus activity for you.
I'll take it.
Because that is your job. That's something you are used to doing. Thinker, that'll bring us to you.
Excellent. I've got 20 feet of fly speed, or is it 25?
Sure.
Just 20.
You have
just
20 feet. Yeah.
So, could I get here with just my 20 feet because it's a fly speed?
I'd say you can get exactly to there, yeah. I'll move you there and raise your speed, or raise your height for you.
Thank you.
Because you wouldn't necessarily be moving straight up, which would be difficult terrain going up at that angle there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
And then I'm going to...
whatever.
I'll live wire this guy.
That's rude. Could you not?
Please
Well,
do.
I can still investigate his corpse afterwards. I don't need him to be alive for that, do I?
No, you most certainly do not. Go ahead and roll damage. And anyone who is trained in computers, can you roll that for me as well right now?
Mm-hmm.
6
Go
points of
around
damage
there.
isn't actually enough to kill him. Let's go.
You want that blind?
Nah, this can be public.
6.
Because at this point, the lights begin to flicker in the ship. A number of the lights in the cargo hold suddenly go dark before turning back on, but a few moments later, some of the consoles you notice just shut off. Thinker
Get to the
and
bridge.
Yan, the solar storm is much closer than it should be right now. These are symptoms of that solar storm being here.
Fuck.
I think we
This
better
is
move
the
it.
bridge. Is this the bridge you'd say? Right up here?
Yes, that is the bridge.
All
You
right,
guys would know the
that's-
general layout of your ship here with this map, at least. You've got your workstations and bays over here. That is where the airlock, or one of the airlocks, is as well. This would be the quarters and another airlock, and then this is just sort of a general movement area. Most of everything you need here is in the cargo hold section.
That's all for me. That's my 3.
All right, Durgesh, that brings us to you.
Oh, there's only one guy to shoot.
Durgesh gets combat. Let's go.
Yeah. That's when you
Kill him.
move.
Kill him till he's dead.
Durgesh gets to finish people off. That's his modus operandi.
Why is it -2? Range penalty. What?
Do you have... What weapon are you looking at?
Oh, it is 3 foot. Never mind.
Ah,
I will move closer.
alrighty.
Let's see here. Well, what?
Road laser's only a 30-foot range increment? That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 4.
alrighty.
For some reason, I wasn't listening to my thing.
Interesting.
All right.
Gun.
Fuck.
A 6 is
Oh, I
not
have no-
gonna hit.
I have no
You have no hero points.
no hero points out.
Alrighty. And that is going to bring us to Kimana's turn.
Okay. Kamana is gonna go ahead and climb up the stairs, see that her crew has already killed multiple people, and that this one is nearly dead.
One.
Mhm.
We killed
One
one
person's
person.
dead.
I killed
Okay.
one.
And she's going to, like, point her pulsecaster pistol at this guy. And she's going to demoralize by saying, I don't want to kill you, but my crew's crazy. I can't really stop them. Oh,
I haven't-
I would have.
I wiggle my tentacles in an angry fashion.
I was in the war.
Alright.
I
that's-
haven't got hurt a single person yet.
He's definitely frightened at this point in time. He thought him and his ally would be able to, do something to Kian, but his friend, as we say, bit the bullet, literally, and no longer exists in this world. And this is a lot more opposition than he was expecting to be on his own.
Okay, then I will make a non-lethal attack with my pulsecaster pistol. It is by default non-lethal.
So you don't have to take a -2.
Yeah, sorry, let me get the reload macro. I forgot to get that. Okay.
Gun.
I'll hero point that.
Sure. Unfortunately, still not quite a hit.
I'm sorry.
Violence is not in Kimana's blood. But it's in Kian's
Three.
blood. Kian, you're up.
I missed 2.
Ian just turns to him. Joel,
Kian just cuts
Yep.
his fucking head off.
So you see our other buddy there. Do you want to be like him? I can make that. I can make that a good thing for you. And I can roll intimidation if you want.
At
Just
this
strict, not
point-
demoralizing.
At this point, he drops his weapons. No, with your
That's a
initial
good
intimidation roll, the demoralize, the damage that's been dealt, he's going to look around. So, I think we got off onto the wrong foot.
Yes.
Were you all looking for new employees by chance?
I think your resume speaks for yourself.
Okay. Can someone knock him out and tie him up?
I think he can knock himself out and tie himself up. And he just stares daggers right into his eyes as he says that.
I think that's a good idea. You know what? I will, I'll go lock myself in a side room and just stay there and wait for you.
Drop your weapons first.
He did.
All right, good.
He's gonna, like, walk up to the door, look at you all, and, like, look for the buttons to open it.
No, he might be going to tell his friends. Stay in here, or my crazy crew will kill you.
I said for you to knock yourself out, not go running.
Boy, I'm gonna go do that just in another room. So you don't have to
No,
worry
I've
about
got
me.
a perfectly good railing to hit your head on.
I would rather not.
Well, then just tie yourself up to that railing and we'll call it even.
Yeah.
As I target him with my assassin rifle.
My tentacles just start sparking with electricity as they course down my tools.
Please tie yourself to the
You
railing
felt
before we
this.
kill you.
Do you want to feel it again?
I
I
don't have
will
any
kill
rope
you.
with me. Do any of you? Do you have any cable?
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I-
hit
got
your head.
plenty of cable.
I'm just gonna point at the railing. Hit your head hard enough that you go to sleep.
I have few enough brain cells as it is. I'm not willing to lose any more.
No,
Your
no,
head
I got cable.
hard
We can
enough.
tie him up.
Kim will walk with him over there and kind of like work to tie him or secure him to the railing over
You
here.
can absolutely just restrain him to the railing, nice and easily.
While they're
You
doing
can-
that, I'm getting ready to
I'm-
storm the bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. You do see one of the doors to the airlock is open. You can see another ship directly outside it.
We don't have time. We do not have time.
Mm-hmm.
Keon's
I'm
just gonna
moving
come up
right.
and knock on the door and be
I'm not
and
knocking.
just,
Mm,
and just
no.
say,
Yeah.
warriors, come out and play.
Oh, I think I saw that movie.
Oh, I'm
missing
going
something
to heal Keon real quick. With
Sure.
It's a
my
movie
vitality
from the
network.
70s.
Amara was under me.
Okay.
That'll take
Um,
5 points from your vitality network.
Okay, Keon, go ahead and
All right,
heal
open the door. Let's do
to
this.
full.
People.
Yeah, go ahead and heal to full. I'm giving you my vitality.
All right. As you open the door to the bridge of your ship, do not mind the fact that it's showing the exterior of your ship. I only had so many options building the map. I'm sorry.
If you just close the door again.
Taking a look overall at the bridge itself. It's your bridge as is. However, there are a few individuals. One of them up at the console, but they're all turned around, weapons drawn. You see 3 more of these generic pirates. You don't know why they seem to have all gotten facial reconstruction surgery to look the same, but they must have. Or they're from a
It's
big
like
family of
warriors.
identical twins.
One of those.
However, the one currently up by the console is a female Lashunta. Green skin, sort of purple hair, with a laser pistol in one hand and a knife strapped to their waist.
Cute, but not for long.
Through the front port of the front viewport of the Murata, you see another ship, a destroyer-class vessel, you would estimate. Numerous tether cables and grappling hooks stretching out from it and attached to the Murata. That would be those multiple hull breaches that you were made aware of. Strangely enough, you don't see any active thrusters on it, though. You see what look to be these massive, glowing, high-tech sails surrounding the ship, catching some sort of invisible wind, almost.
Oh,
They're solar
solar
sails.
sails.
Solar sails.
Alternative long range.
Answering the age-old question: is light a wave or a particle? With who fucking knows? But it pushes this goddamn ship.
Hey, there's
Well,
a
the
solar
answer is
storm nearby.
I know some quantum physics. The answer is yes.
Fluttering
Yeah.
from the ship in that same solar wind is a flag. A black flag with a technological skull and crossbones atop it.
Wait, real quick.
Mhm.
The flag is on the exterior of the
It
ship.
is, yes.
How is it fluttering?
In the same solar wind that's powering the sails. Don't question it.
It's anime physics.
But the solar wind isn't actually wind.
It's the same tech.
It's light.
Are you going to question Besmara?
Also, solar sails are just mirrors.
Look, I don't know what science you're bringing into this.
I'm
but
going
it's
off the
wrong kind of
descriptions I
science.
have here, okay?
It's magic. A wizard did it.
Yeah, you have magic and tech combined here. Besmara does not care about your so-called physics,
Just saying.
as this
Just saying.
is very clearly a galactic pirate ship outside of your own ship. You can see the lettering on the side of it names it as the Primordial.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's good.
Did we lose?
Turning to dust soon.
The
shit. Pirates, I'm on her.
figure up at your front console is going to look at you all. Oh, that was quick.
Our ship. Out.
Our ship now. Sorry.
Swarm didn't kill me. You're not getting me either, bug.
I personally don't want to kill you, but my crew is crazy. They will kill you. So this is your one chance to surrender. Please surrender.
How about this? We'll come to an accord, right? Where were you all off to?
Where was our next show?
Verses.
Verses.
Great.
We were gonna put on a musical show.
Oh, fantastic performers, are you?
I am. But yeah.
We'll even make sure you arrive safely. We'll protect you all the way there. Just a little
No.
bit of payment for our troubles.
Double no. I'm gonna fire.
Absolutely not.
Roll initiative.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh man, I was not trying to intimidate him. You intimidate for initiative.
As you lift your rifle, they immediately raise their pistol in return, expecting combat to break out. And
Oh my god.
as the fight
I rolled
begins,
higher than 12.
one of these pirates is up first.
Fuck that guy.
With 25 feet of movement, he's able to run right up towards you in front of the door and go into an angry frenzy. That same, now that you're all up close, can see that sort of red in his eyes, his veins beginning to glow underneath his flesh, and he is going to raise his hatchet and swing it down towards you, Amara.
Mhm.
Which is going to hit. For a nice, lovely 7 points of slashing damage as he hacks into you with the blade. But that'll do it for him and bring us directly to you.
aim, fire.
You're just
point
deleting
blank
his
to
head.
The dreaded spell. Fuck that guy over there.
A 16 hits. Goodbye, Mr. Pirate. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I don't
Get
have
12 points of
Paul
damage.
Because of being an
Oh my
operative.
god. Near max damage.
I should also mention, because you guys can see through the viewport, with the lights still flickering and everything, Amara, Thinker, Hian, all of you can tell that solar storm is nearly on top of you. Like, you
Going
have maybe a few minutes before you get caught in it at this rate. You are not sure how that happened because it should not have gotten here that quickly. But it's here.
Okay.
All right, mobile reload with your last action, stepping backwards. That is going to bring us to this next pirate who just saw his friend die. This looks to be the same guy who ran away, though you can't tell because they all look the same. But he does seem to maybe have a bit more guts at this point. And you know what the biggest tragedy is? None of these pirates are armed with grenades. What an awful tragedy that is.
Sucks to be them.
So let's see. He's going to grow a little bit of a backbone here. He is going to look at you, Durgesh, and try and demoralize you. Now that he's got some backup, he's going to try and menace you a little bit.
Oh, Nyar, don't do it. I'm just a little lizard guy.
Just a will wizard.
And that will succeed.
Oh, shit.
Making you frightened 1 as he... These guys have backup now. There's more of them. There's someone in charge, too.
More afraid of the storm.
Honestly, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good thing to be afraid of, most likely.
Yep.
And with that demoralized, he's going to shoot you with his gun. Bang.
Oh, man, my will is so low, too.
Laser pistol is going to miss.
Oh, wait a second.
And
I didn't check that.
with his last action, he is going to back up a little bit near the consoles to seemingly take cover from them.
You
Kimana,
bitch, get
that'll
over
bring
here.
us to you. Make sure you grab 4 points back to your vitality network at the top of your turn.
Why do I do that?
That's just your vitality network in combat gains 4 back every turn.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you get
kinda
it all
crazy.
back on refocus, but then during combat, at the start of your turn when you regain actions, you gain 4 back. When you become master in your connection skill, that'll become 6 per round, and when you're legendary, that will become 8 per round.
Hot damn.
Okay, that sounds kind of crazy, but I accept that.
We love Mystic.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
No, that's a lot of
Kimana-
damage.
Unfortunately, there's no way to automate it in Foundry, but
Kimana is please let me know if this gets annoying, but she is gonna try to like talk to these guys, and she's gonna say that the solar storm is nearly on us. We can't waste time fighting. We have to get out of here.
right. So just let us take you to your destination. It's not that difficult. We'll get you where you want to go. Take a little
No,
something for our efforts.
no.
Everyone stays safe, except him. It's fine. That's what you get for running in like an idiot.
Yeah.
Kimana
So the other two.
is gonna go ahead and cast. Thinker, are you using AC Livewire? Is an AC spell? Who are you going to attack with Livewire on your next?
I'm
turn?
hitting this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Saving the rest of my. I have another action to do, but
Okay.
I'll talk about that on my
stumble?
turn.
Dumble?
guy? Mhm.
That's
Oh,
so
hell
rude.
Oh hell yeah!
You use a little bit of microgravity, and that is going to fail for him.
So close to knocking him prone.
I know. How dare you hit
okay.
my level -1 pirates with good
And then-
spells?
Fuck
I'm
that
going
guy.
to guidance Thinker.
Go for it.
So go ahead and take that for yourself, Thinker.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
as you get guided in order to prepare yourself. That is going to bring us to the Lashunta's turn here, who has her pistol. Her knife is not currently drawn. Let's see. Amara, that gun, a little frightening. She is going to directly focus at you, and you are going to see her hand begin to glow a sort of bright orange red, that your gun will then begin to glow as well as it begins to superheat in your hands. Please give me a reflex save against the overheat spell.
That's a good spell.
I'm going to re-roll.
Go for it. Use your hero point.
Mm-hmm.
That is just barely a failure still. So, you are going to immediately take 7 points of fire damage, and unless you drop your gun at the start of your next turn, you're going to take an immediate 3 fire damage at that point as well. And with her last action here... 40 feet away. Yeah, she'll go ahead and shoot Durgesh with her laser pistol as well, since that's got a nice range increment of 40 feet, and you are still frightened. But unfortunately, the dice are not going to be on her side, and she is going to whiff the shot a little bit. But she does appear to be a mage of some sort. And Thinker, that'll bring us to you.
Gayan. Fuck it up for me, will you? And I will cast cellular stimulant on Kyan.
Okay.
You can elect to fail the saving throw, which will give you the effects of the spell, or you can resist if you don't want them. But I won't cast this if you don't want the effects of it.
No, I'll fail it. You can cast it.
All right. So you're going to gain quickened for a single round.
And just drag the effect on your token.
You can use that extra action for a stride or a strike. After that, you'll be fatigued for 10 minutes. Until you can rest for 10 minutes. I am then going to livewire the guy over here who Kimana so kindly knocked down for me.
Okay. Kian, if you want to go ahead and drag that quickened condition onto your token, I typically have it that whoever is gaining an effect or getting an effect put on them can just grab the effects themselves, so there's no confusion over who is putting effects on tokens. That guidance and the stumble from Kimana making it an exact critical hit for Thinker's Livewire.
Thank you, Kimana.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Thank you, Kimana. That is a lot of damage. That's going to be 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Yeah, he just dies instantly, electrocuted. As he tries to grab his footing, he sort of reaches down, balancing himself on the open plating, and you send a current of electricity through that just shocks him. He doesn't gain his balance back as he just falls over dead.
Yeah, that's my turn. It's all 3.
All right, Durgesh, that brings us to you.
Man. Okay. I'm a little scared here, guys. How far away are they?
At least you have hit points.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, striding into the room. Uh-oh. No.
Okay. Diving for laser fire.
Let's fucking go.
Your mind couldn't start from your corner, not that it particularly matters. So this is the rotolaser doing an area fire.
Yeah.
Or doing automatic, specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the best way to do this?
So I gotta check the wording on automatic. I believe that makes it a 2-action attack, if I recall properly.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm fired.
Hey, perfect. Okay. Yep, so it is half the weapon's range increment, so it would only be a 15-foot cone.
Nope. Nope.
You
Because
have
I'm action hero.
You're action hero.
I am action
Hot
hero.
dog, look at that. Yeah, action hero.
And she will be my primary target.
Okay. Oh, big thing we have to remember is just when you successfully make a ranged strike with your automatic weapon, you suppress a target.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta remember that.
Oh, so many things to remember.
Okay. So the question is, would they become suppressed? And I'll probably say, or that's primary target.
So primary target lets me do a follow-up strike.
Yes, I see.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So, DC 15 reflex save for both of them. I'll start with the regular pirate here.
Okay.
Who is going to succeed for half damage.
Okay.
And the Loshunta, almost nat 20, but will regular success with a 22.
All right. Come on, big dice number.
All right. 2 points of fire damage to each of them.
All right.
And then
And
you can
then
make
I
an
will-
immediate strike against her as well.
Why is it +3? All right, I'm frightened.
Classic.
Oh,
That will
miss.
unfortunately miss.
But they should all now be suppressed.
I think it's only when you make a successful strike, right?
Doesn't.
Auto fire. It's a weird
Very good.
ruling if they would become suppressed from auto fire hitting them all.
I mean, who failed? Oh, okay. Who failed their save? Okay.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So no suppression there. I put suppressed on my hotbar just so I won't forget about it in the future.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. That will bring us to your turn, Kian. So you've got 4 actions here. Also, just as a quick FYI, if you have to step away from the game in the future, I do have a little button on the left-hand side of the screen that looks like a little coffee button. You can hit that, and it'll put a message in chat that you're stepping away, and you can just hit it again when you're back. That'll just help keep track, because it'll also put a little icon next to your name, so I can just refer to that at any point to know if someone is gone.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had
No
I just threw that in the chat.
Yeah.
But
Completely
can
understand people
it?
having to step away.
Well, yeah, I had to go fetch a delivery driver that got stuck at the gate because he got stuck.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
You got
Is
your
that
4
like blank
actions,
area?
though. I'm sorry?
Is this blank area impassable, or
No,
is
it's
it
all
like
passable. The map right
okay.
now is effectively showing the exterior of the ship instead of the interior bridge area. That's a mapping area, or mapping error more than anything else.
Oh, I think I messed up because I put
Yeah,
myself
getting
in the door.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. He's gonna move up to that person.
All right.
Oh, do you think you can take over our ship?
So 30 feet to get there. That would take 2 move actions to get there.
And I still have 2 actions left, right?
Yes, you do, because you're quickened for this turn.
And he's just gonna go supernova.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect place to do it.
He'll do a 15-foot supernova.
Sure.
No, not my chair.
Go ahead and
We'll
hit
get
the,
you a new one.
I will reupholster your chair. Fucking kill them.
If you could go ahead and hit use to put supernova in chat for me, please.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just so I've got all the buttons there. All right, 15-foot emanation is not going to grab Durgesh, just barely, so it's only going to hit these enemies. All
Fucking
right.
go.
I will
I was like,
start with the regular pirate, who is going to succeed. So he'll take half damage and be dazzled for a round. And the Lashunta here is going to nat 1. Oh no.
Woo!
He'll
Let's
take
fucking
double
go.
damage and be
Yeah.
blind for a minute because of that. Do I have anything she can do in response? I don't think so. Oh, that's awful. I will go ahead and roll your damage there. That's going to be real bad for me. 3 points of fire damage to the regular pirates, and 12 points of fire damage to the Lashunta. That is not good for her. That's real bad. That is real bad.
Like I said, you picked the wrong ship.
As she is flailing around, you can see her eyes have effectively been directly burned by the fire. All the lashes gone. They've been singed entirely off, and the actual eyes have melted slightly from the flames.
Holy moly.
Amara, that's going to bring us to you. Do you drop your gun at the start of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only have 3 hit points left.
you would have fallen unconscious to hold on to it, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, I am angry.
Hello, B.
I'll actually move to here and then see if he has a weapon on his side. And if it does, I'll pick it up.
This guy?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a laser pistol and a hatchet.
Laser pistol.
Sure. I will go ahead and drag it onto your token for you. There you go.
New backup weapon.
And it does have a battery loaded, so I'll just drop that in your inventory as well. Alright, so you drop your rifle, it becoming too hot to the touch and knowing that's going to injure you if you do so, but rush forward and pick up the pistol of the guy whose head you just blew off to make yourself able to go. That's going to bring us to this dazzled pirate right here, who is injured and definitely scared, but he can't see particularly well, so he doesn't exactly know what's going on. But seeing what happened with Kian, he's going to move here. He's going to drive himself into a frenzy, and he's going to take a swipe at you with his hatchet, Kian, trying to hit you. Let's see. Even with the dazzle, he is going to get a successful strike off on you for 9 points of slashing damage, cutting across your back with his hatchet. And that will do it for his turn. Move frenzy attack. So, Kimana, we're up to you. Your vitality network goes up to max.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and pump all of it into Amara, so Amara can get 10 HP back.
Thank you.
And then with my second and third action, I will go ahead and I'll just stumble last for one round. I'll go ahead and stumble the Lashunta.
Okay. Why is stumble such a good cantrip?
It's such a good spell.
Granted, there's no success effect, but 100-foot reflex save versus becoming off guard for a round is pretty neat.
It's so good.
Let us see. She is going to succeed.
Dang.
However, I believe in general she is also just off guard because she's blind.
Yep.
So
that's true. I mean, to be honest, I was hoping for the prone, so she had to
completely
waste
fair.
actions, so.
Yeah, but she is generally off guard from being blind. That's not going to stop her from trying to hurt people.
Hurt people, man.
She is going to target someone with an overheat here. Kian, you are the closest, but she's not going to target you. She's going to try and catch Durgesh, the guy with the big gun.
Can she do that while blind?
She can attempt to target you. The flat check's a lot higher.
Oh.
I believe it's DC 11 flat check to target someone instead of DC 5.
Can she do that? Her eyes are melting.
You have other senses, you know.
Yes,
Hearing is an
especially
imprecise
senses.
sense.
No,
Yes,
that's
a
fair.
sense that would let you hear 25 feet away.
Yeah.
Wild.
You can still try. So she is going to attempt a daze on you, and she is going to get a successful target with a 14 there. So please give me a reflex save, Durgesh. And she attempts to superheat the gun in your hands.
No.
Alright, half damage to you, and you do not have to drop your gun, as you are able to resist the flames. But that is going to be 5 points of fire damage. And recognizing she's heavily injured and they poked the wrong hornet's nest with this pirate attack, she doesn't think she's going to survive at this point. But she does have one last little bit of spite that she can get out at someone. Kian, you're right in front of her. She is going to use her last action on a one-action force barrage. And she's going to nat 1 the flat check, just sending it wide entirely. So she conjures a bolt of magical force and tries to send it flying into you, but instead it just flies off and slams into the nearby bulkhead. And that's going to bring us to your turn, Thinker. She's clearly in agony. You should put her out of it.
20-foot move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to target her.
Alrighty.
Can you remind me of the effects of the blinded condition?
Immune to visual effects, -4 status penalty to perception checks. Automatically critically fail perception checks that require you to be able to see. And all normal terrain is difficult terrain to you.
Okay. You know, she's been doing. She's got a gun in her hand, right?
She does. Yep, she's got a laser pistol there.
She's been talking a lot of shit, overheating a lot of our guns. I'd like her to make a
Do the
reflex
exact
save.
same.
Why the hell not?
Alrighty, let's see how it goes.
Oh,
She is going to succeed.
Okay. I tried to be cool.
You actually
It was
notice
not.
as you lash out with this, the hand that's holding the gun has been lowered slightly near her knife, and there's very clear sort of cold energy radiating off of the sheath of her knife that seems to be washing her hand. And as you're trying to overheat the gun there, it doesn't seem to have nearly as much of an impact. Perhaps the knife has something to do with it. But that'll do it for you, and that'll bring us to Durgesh. Also,
So she doesn't take any damage?
She took 1.
Oh, okay, good.
Since it has been around since you cast it, Kian, you are going to become fatigued now until you have had 10 minutes to rest.
I'm going to drop my rotor laser.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up here.
Not the sword.
No. Hold on.
Not the fist.
I'm cooking
Bite
here.
her face off.
Where's my buttons? Oh my god.
Not the Vesk
buttons.
Jaws attack.
No.
They don't have a Jaws attack.
No.
That's what you
Where is
think.
it?
I do think.
I would like to demoralize.
She's already
target?
melting.
Oh, I want her frightened.
This is just bullying. Kimana, you
Rah.
hired these people.
I know.
That is not
Oh,
a success.
I'm
Durgesh.
starting to regret it.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm going to try and grapple her.
Okay.
I think I've been very kind.
Meh,
You
they try
really
to take our
haven't.
ship.
They are trying to
Come
take our
on.
ship. I will kill
that's not
them.
anything.
And Kamana didn't see me, draw my tentacle across my throat.
She hears you try and growl at her, Durgesh, in order to throw her off, but she actually seems a lot more composed, and she instead takes your approach through your voice, knows where you are, and as you reach out to hold her in place, she manages to bat your hands out of the way and quickly dodge, even unable to see as she is. She does seem to have quite a bit of combat experience.
I'll give you a chance to surrender. Take it.
Kian, that'll bring us to you.
Please don't explode again.
That's once per 10 minutes.
Oh,
Explode again. No. Kian is going to yield. Yield or die. I don't think he'll make it another round with us. And then I'll turn to this guy and attack him.
Sure. Don't forget to target.
Oh, sorry about that.
No worries. 19 is absolutely a hit. Seven points of damage, more than enough to quickly turn around and behead the last of these regular pirates.
And then he just turns. He just turns back to the melting Lashanta. Do you want the same fate? I can make it so.
I can't
Tell me.
exactly see what you just did, but I can make assumptions based off of what
You
I
can hear his. You can hear the thud.
If I surrender, will you let me go back to my ship?
He looks to the group. Is that what we want?
If you do that, you'll get destroyed by the solar storm.
I start piloting the ship, getting it ready to get out the source of its way.
Sure. Yeah, you immediately you move up, since you're fairly certain even if she doesn't surrender here, you could take her out.
Just do pilot, shot.
How about you leave your
One
take
hand
your
on the
knife as
steering wheel,
payment.
other hand gun to her head.
We'll take your knife as payment.
If you can make it out in a. How much time do we have to move the ship?
Minutes at
He's
best.
asking. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
We have minutes at best. We need to move now if we want to survive this.
If you can run in that time, you're more than welcome to enjoy the spotlight of that sun.
And one
Otherwise,
of you guide me to the airlock. I'll give you my knife as payment if you can.
Oh,
Fine, I'll do it. Also, I need to untie your other guy.
Oh yeah, we have that other guy.
We don't want him.
he's part of our crew now.
Keep him.
Like you could be if you choose to stay and not die by the
You know
sun's
what?
rays.
I think I'd like to get my eyes fixed. I trust my captain for that.
All right.
Let's get her out
Your
of here.
Oops.
Just out of curiosity,
no.
how long does it take to before they're able to see? So they're just out of.
No,
It takes a minute.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
give my cable back.
We don't have time.
Yeah, after, by the time they're getting out of the airlock and beginning to spacewalk back to their ship, they'll be able to somewhat see well enough to at least get back to their ship, as they're beginning to detach as well from you guys, seeing the solar storm approaching very rapidly as well. They are beginning to try and move away from the Murata as well.
Oh yeah.
He'll go running for the door if you're letting him go.
Kamana will tell both of them, please reconsider your life choices after this.
We won't have time.
I'm on the ship. I'm on the deck. I'm helping. I'm
Yeah.
on the bridge. I'm helping get the ship ready to go.
Absolutely. Are you guys booting up the drift engine? Get out of here?
Yes,
All
Captain.
right.
Drift engine operational.
You need me to help.
Got a knife out of it.
Yeah. Were you taking the other pirate you had knocked out? Are you taking his weapons real quick as well, Durgesh?
We
Yes.
probably should.
Okay. The Shunta, the weapon she gives you is a zero knife, which is just a fancy knife that deals cold damage. That is a powered knife that has critical cryo. Yep, Kamana, as you push them
Zero
out,
Kelvin or
her eyes blinking back so she can see. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Kian?
I was just gonna make a joke whether or not it was 0 Kelvin, 0 Celsius, or 0 Fahrenheit.
Certainly not Kelvin.
It's a
That would be
fairly
bad.
warm knife. It's a zero Fahrenheit knife. It's kind of warm.
No,
you have a little
Sorry,
switch on.
0 Celsius.
When you crit, you're able to hit 0 Kelvin for like half a second.
Oh my fucking god, that insta-kills someone.
If they're level -1, yes.
I know, I think it just insta-kills people.
All right, Kimana, as you
Just that's part of the bounty.
you push these people out. Are you watching them, Kimana, get back to their ship?
Yeah.
Okay. You see their airlock opening as well. They have someone suited up and waiting for them. What looks to be a female, Suli maybe? Mostly humanoid looking though.
Are they hot?
They manage to get pulled into their ship as you guys boot up your drift engine. They engage their chaos sails as you will begin to fly. The swirling green and purple clouds of the drift become visible before the bow of your ship. The primordial unfurling its sails, catching invisible energies from the Maelstrom and trying to pull itself into that plane of existence, because that's how chaos sails work. They don't fly off of light or anything, they fly off of energy from the Maelstrom. What the fuck?
Wait, these are cool as fuck.
The chaos sails are rad as hell.
I love this.
It's an alternative to the drift engine for space pirates. They fly through the Maelstrom instead of the drift.
Raw chaos is difficult to harness. Chaos sails carry unpredictable risks. Anything from the ship's interior layout rearranging, cargo morphing into other goods, and even the laws of physics changing while in transit.
So it's basically the 40k war.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the warp. I fucking hate chaos.
As the ships begin to pull apart, the tethers begin to snap. Not all of them do, though. Both ships
What are
heading
you
in
wankers?
similar directions, but entering completely different planes of existence. Who all is looking through the front viewport right now?
Obviously me.
You're not looking out of the rear windshield?
Oh, the rear, you said? I said,
No, who's looking? I was making a bad joke there.
oh, yeah.
Like a puppy dog, I'm looking out the window.
Gotta look up at the rear view mirrors of the ship.
Yeah. You know, checking your blind spots.
Yep.
I'm rolling down the window, trying to get some air in here.
No!
I think rolling down
are
the
we
window does the
flying
exact
towards?
opposite.
We're flying away, right?
You're flying away, entering the drift. The chaos, the primordial is also trying to fly away, but entering the maelstrom. Both of you heading in similar directions, still slightly attached to one another, but entering two completely different planes of existence.
Oh,
Well, that's gonna end
no.
well.
Uh,
We.
Yeah, Keon is looking at it that way, like towards that viewport.
Sure.
I'm messing with the radio.
I'm piloting.
I'm trying to get a
radio
good. I'm
doesn't
trying to get a
work.
good song on.
Oh, okay. Oh.
With the sickness.
Those of you looking forward, see it before you feel it. You're halfway into the drift when those greens and purples and golds, the normal colors of the drift, go white.
Not
A
again.
similar massive surge of energy that launched you out of the drift last time is on top of you before you can even react. Bigger than the previous, slamming into the Murata, breaking upon the bow of your ship and flinging it directly into the side of the Primordial as it enters the Maelstrom. The chaos
fuck.
sails of that ship shred and tear. Metal groans as your two ships collide. Before all sound ceases, both of your ships somehow, impossibly, merge into one vessel.
Oh.
The Primordial's hull, transparent, ghostly, passes through the hull of the Murata until the ships occupy the same space. A blue-skinned
the fuck?
Phantomite slides into view, clenching the bridge controls in a desperate attempt to stay on his feet. Slowly, both of your ships settle into one another. Neither entirely intact. The combined vessel, some amalgam of both starships. This new vessel is a little crowded at the moment as both crews are at the helm. As the ship crashes through the drift and the eternal chaos of the Maelstrom, leaving both of them behind. One planar barrier after another breaks upon the ship's prow as red emergency lights flash, alarm klaxons ring. Just as your ship seems it will shake itself apart, the final barrier breaks, the ship hurtling through a crimson sky of dark clouds and floating embers, revealing a volcanic desert pitted with black rock and geysers of flame. That blue-skinned Phantomite shouts out, "Brace for impact!"
Hold on.
You're not my boss.
I brace for
Not
impact.
wrong, though.
Before
Yeah,
the
and just kinda
exact
braces
next
himself.
moment, the ships crash. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Kian just kind of braces himself against that wall, the wall that he's at, maybe that little sunken barrier that's on there, but he's waving kind of at the. I don't know if they're completely see-through at this moment or if they're like physical within our ship, but he's just like waving at them. I guess we did get to meet again.
You
I hand back
see
the knife.
the injured Monaceda still there.
We hand the knife back.
That many
Oh.
hit points left. There is one pirate left as well. Okay. Impact.
Impact.
Favorite font.
With a shuddering crash, the last thing that fills your sight is stone and metal, a massive wall of some building that your ship careens into, completely sundering the structure as you all are thrown from your feet or your floating stupid little existence.
Fuck you.
My ship.
My stupid little existence.
As you all slowly begin to regain your bearings and senses, the relatively spacious on its own cockpit bridge of the Murata is gone. Instead, you find yourself in a even more spacious two-story command center. The front view screen of your ship, gone. Instead, transparent aluminum walls with a pale green tint provide an entire view of the hellscape, let's say, outside of your ship. Your vessel has crashed and slid to the front of a black obsidian mountain, pointed slightly towards an infernal sky of dark and roiling clouds shot through with bolts of fire. Twisted metal fragments lie around the prow of the ship in all directions, likely from the vehicle you impacted. The upper bridge, accessible by two curving staircases between them, as you all realize you're not the only ones here. Amara, you're even sharing a seat right now with that blue-skinned Phantomite, the seeming either pilot or captain of what would have been the primordial.
Oh, that's a funny name for it.
Oh, you're ugly.
As he slowly drags himself to his feet and immediately puts his hand on his sword, what looks to be cutlass of some sort, but doesn't quite draw it yet.
So, come here often?
Oh, I gotta take a bath.
That is going to be where we end our session for today.
God.
I make out with the pirate captain.
Okay, there.
Well, I
Hold
hug him as well.
How does that even work with your physiology?
Oh no!
I don't want to think about it. Don't bring it up.
Last time,
Wow.
I like how Thinker's whole backstory is he just unmerged with his ex, which was this giant conglomerate of other Barathu. And now he's like terrified that they're following him.
So, like, if you make out with him, this is just maybe a funniest image that I have in my head. You start making out with him, Kian just turns the pirate's cheek over to him and it's like, I gotta taste those lips if Tika likes them a lot.
The pirate's gonna look around. Fuck it, I thought I was dead anyways.
Yeah.
And that's where we stop that and go our separate ways.
What's
going on out there? Oh my god!
Banned from any future sessions.
Thank you all for playing. Welcome to hell. That
Like
right
that.
there was the drift crash.
Oh God.
So wait, we caused the drift crash?
Maybe.
No.
Did you?
Oh fuck. Oh
I
fuck.
believe it was the ship that we were just on.
The two of your ships have merged into one, the Primordial and the Murata, now lovingly known as the Primarata, or as I like to call it in all my notes, the Prima Donna.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was,
I was
just
gonna
about
say
to
that
say.
was a better name.
This is your new ship, as it
Oh, yeah.
exists.
Oh, okay.
Have fun
There's a
exploring
song
it,
for it too.
Ay, caramba.
learning about how everything works.
I mean, it looks nice.
Prima Donna Girl by by somebody in the Diamonds.
Added to the playlist.
Has
Another
to be-
Kamana
Is this where
original.
the NPCs come in?
Well, they were on the Murata in the first place.
Primarata
theoretically.
girl.
But it was very funny when you guys sent Monacetta, the Lashunta, back to the Primordial, because I was like, oh, you're going to meet again immediately.
We just finished the job. We kill her specifically.
That's rude. That's so rude.
We don't have to kill her.
Well,
Also-
I mean, I-
Kill anyone.
Yeah,
I've-
I just want to say this again. If Kamana being like, no, don't kill them, ever gets annoying, please let me know. And also,
I mean, it makes sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense
I-
for
I
our
tried to-
characters.
I tried to grab her.
Yeah,
We'll
I
change
think
that
Thinker
mindset
is.
right quick.
I think Thinker's just like Thinker is just kind of like they're gonna kill me if I don't do something, so I have to do something.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, Kamana's not naive enough to think we don't have to hurt them. She just like,
Yeah.
Wants to offer them a chance to surrender.
I will say above table, here's your first enemy that I have official notes on. You can actually diplomacy them down.
Oh my god.
Now that you are stuck with each other, they might be more amenable to conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? But I
I
will...
mean,
Go ahead.
we did a fish. We did some good intimidation on these guys already.
Yeah.
It might be a
Yeah.
little bit easier to
We've
make
killed
them.
we've killed a good few of them and shown some fairly
Yeah.
impressive abilities.
There's only
I will
so many
say-
of them left.
I will say, Jericho, you describing the scene of the Maelstrom and the Drift crashing together as we flew through both planes was so cool.
Oh, well, thank you.
Props to
tried.
you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I will see you all next week as you all deal with your new ship and escaping literal hell.
Oh,
We're in actual hell.
You are in
Oh.
actual hell now, the first layer of hell of Ernest. Welcome to it.
oh,
Link the ship
okay.
first, so I should be able to get my rifle back.
Time to get some
The
fighting.
dungeons of hell.
Yeah, your rifle's on the floor near you, Amara. I actually sort of figured you picked it up as you were running to the
Yeah.
console, since it would not have been superheated by that point anymore.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jericho. It's fun to
Thank
play
you,
in your
Mr.
games as
Jericho.
always.
Have a great week, everyone.
Have a good week.
Have a wonderful day.
Thanks